Okay, good day everyone. Today we are going to discuss Introduction to Project Management. After studying this chapter, you should be able to describe the nature of project management, understand the importance of various management activities, distinguish the major reasons for project failure, define what management is, examine the basic management functions, discuss the project management process, and explain why project management is used. So what is project management? So I have important definitions here. First, project management is the discipline of planning, organizing, securing, and managing resources to achieve specific goals. So it is the process of leading the work of a team to achieve goals and meet success criteria at a specified time. It is a critical practice that applies knowledge of process, skills, tools, deliverables, and techniques to project activities to ensure a solid path to project success by meeting goals and requirements. So that is project management. Again, make sure to have your handouts or modules with you while watching this tutorial. A project is a group of milestone or phases, activities, or tasks that support an effort to accomplish something. Simply put, a project is a series of tasks that needs to be completed in order to reach a specific outcome. It is also a set of input and outputs required to achieve a particular goal. While management, as we discussed last time, in the basic principles of management, it is the process of planning, organizing, controlling, measuring, as well as the other functions of management that we discussed last time. Simply put, it is the coordination of activities or tasks to achieve a goal. So as you can see in our board or on our board, project management is a set of activities to plan, monitor, coordinate, and review a goal, and it is consists of these following important areas, namely integration, scope, time, cost, quality, procurement, human resources, communications, and risk management. So these 9 specific areas of project management are the main topics of project management that we are going to discuss for the whole semester. So what is project integration? First, project integration is the coordination of all elements of the project. Integrate, coordinate. So this includes coordinating tasks, resources, stakeholders, and other project elements. So integrating these project elements. So in addition to managing conflicts between different aspects of a project, so it is also making trade-offs between competing requests and also evaluation of resources. So integrating the collection of processes to ensure that the various elements of the project are properly coordinated. So simply put, project integration is the coordination of all elements in the projects so that they are properly coordinated. So from the word integration. So the second most important factor of project management is the project scope. So what is project scope? It is the defined features and functions of the project. It is the scope of the project. Scope of work needed by the project managers or the team member to finish the project. So what are the involvement of the project scope? It involves getting information when we are starting the project. And of course, the features that the product would have that would meet its stakeholders' requirement. It is also part of the project planning that involves determining and documenting a list of specific project goals, again, deliverables, features, functions, tasks, deadlines, and of course, project costing. Again, simply put, it is what needs to be achieved and also the work that must be put in order to deliver the project. So the scope of the project, the features, the functions, the tasks, the deadlines, the deliverables, and the costs that the projects will incur are part of the project scope. Okay, the third important factor of project management is, of course, the project time. All projects that we need to do in the future in the professional field as a project manager in the future should have a specific project time, because the project has a beginning or an end. Scheduling and time management is always critical to almost any types of project and to ensure project success. So it includes planning, schedule management, defining activities, sequencing, estimating activity resources, estimating activity durations, as well as developing schedules and controlling schedules. So the most important part of project time is, of course, project time management, because it analyzes and develops the timeline for the completion of the project. As what I have said, all projects should have a specific timeline, beginning and ending. So, project time management develops and analyzes the timeline of the project as well as the completion of the project and its deliverables. So, schedule development is the analysis of the order of activities, timeline, resources, and schedule barriers to develop a project schedule. So, all projects should have a beginning, an end, and a project time. So project time is the third important factor of project management. The fourth one is project cost. Of course, every project needs a cost, needs a price for the project to be achieved successfully. So what is project cost? From the word itself, it is the total cost of acquiring the materials, properties, manpower, human power, and the construction of the project itself as identified in the project sources and uses statements together with loan of the cost and the carrying charges of the loans. The approximate total project cost is called the cost estimate. Of course, estimating the cost of the project is called the cost estimate. And it is used to authorize a project's budget and manage its cost. So cost includes, as you know, you are already in your third year of accounting information system, it includes fixed and variable costs, direct and indirect costs, product and period costs, controllable and uncontrollable costs, as well as out-of-pocket, sunk costs, incremental costs, opportunity costs, imputed costs, and other costs, among others. So, project costing involves resource planning of the cost estimation, cost budgeting, and also, if there's already a cost budget, we also should have a cost control. So, project quality management, project cost management, on the other hand, is the main management that we use to control costs. Again, it is project cost management. It is the method that uses technology to measure cost and productivity through the full life cycle of enterprise level projects. Again, in order for us to achieve a good project cost, we should always apply project cost management. The fifth one is project quality. Project quality, again from the word itself, quality, it is the ability to perform satisfactorily and is suitable for its intended purpose. So it encompasses the processes and activities that are used to figure out and achieve the quality of the deliverables of the project, the product that we are making, or the service. So simply put, quality is what the customers or the stakeholders needs from the project deliverables, from the product or service that the project or our project is making. And of course, to measure project quality management should be applied. So it is identifying and documenting the quality standards or standards that are relevant to the projects and how to satisfy the standards or requirement. That is project quality management. Don't worry, because we have one chapter for each of this project quality management factor. One chapter for integration, one chapter for scope, one chapter for time, cost, quality, and the other one is procurement. Of course, you need to procure your materials and resources to make your products, service, or to complete your project. Procurement, of course, you already know this. It is the act of obtaining goods, supplies, or services. So project procurement is obtaining all the materials and services that are required to complete the project or to finish the project or for the project. So project procurement management encompasses the process used for making sure that project procurement is successful. Usually, if it's cost, it is project cost management. To measure and ensure quality, we should apply project quality management. And now for project procurement, we should apply project procurement management. Again, to summarize project procurement, it is just the act of obtaining the resources and materials. Next, we have human resources. Of course, human resources is also important in any project because manpower is really important to do the project. So it includes the processes that organize and manage and lead the project team. So it focuses on recruitment. So we have discussed this last time. Selection, organization, and management from the beginning until the end of the project, because there is also monitoring in project human resource management. So as we know, human resource management is the process of identifying and documenting project roles, responsibilities, required skills, reporting relationship, and creating a staffing management plan, because recruitment, selection, and human resource management is part of the staffing function of the management. After human resources, we have communications management or project communication in project management. So project communication is usually one of the key factor of project management because it involves transferring information. Effective communication to all stakeholders is super essential in any project. Communication is the exchange of information and the expression of ideas, thoughts, feelings by using words and other methods. Of course, that is communication. And project management communication includes processes that are required to ensure timely and appropriate planning, collecting, creation, distribution, storage, retrieval, management, control, monitoring, and the ultimate disposition of project information. Simply put, it is just transferring information, and information is really important in any project. So the project success depends on effective communication. And so usually improving communication maximizes success and minimizes risk and cost. If a project manager can develop effective communication with its stakeholders and his or her team members, then this may mean more project for him and his team, because communication is also a key factor for any project. And lastly, project risk management. So managing risk in every project. So it focuses on identifying and responding to risk factors throughout the life of the project. So as we all know, risk is the effect of uncertainty on objectives such as ambiguity or lack of information. Project risk is defined as an uncertain event or condition that if occurs, it has a positive or negative. So either of the two effect on a project's objectives. That's why we are always managing risk. And risk is not always negative, because some risks are positive. The goal is to achieve the project's objectives while we are dealing with this management and project risk. That's why risk management is also important, because it involves planning, organizing, securing, and managing resources to harness, to control, and to manage the effects of uncertainties on objectives of a project. We should not just eliminate these risks or uncertainties. We should manage them, because like what I have said, these risks could provide positive impact in the organization, not just negative. So positive or negative. So the process includes identifications of risk, analysis and mitigation, and verification and control. Okay, because of these 9 project management factors, integration, coordination, scope, the whole scope of the project, what is the time of the project, what is the costing of the project, how will we ensure that the quality of the project is good, how will we procure the product. Of course, human resources is very important in every project, and communication, transferring of information is also important in any project, and we should always manage the risk when we are doing project. That's why the project manager's role is very important when dealing with these 9 factors of project management. So in chapter 2, you can see the role of the manager based on project management areas. For example, in project integration management, the role of the manager is to develop and manage the direction of the project. In scope management, the role of the manager is to plan, to define, and manage the scope of the project. In time and cost management, so this covers developing a schedule, of course allocating resources, and managing funds of the project. In quality management, this involves taking care of the quality of the process in question, such as that it meets or even exceeds various quality parameters set earlier. Under human resource management, a manager needs to take care of his team, encourage and motivate them, and make sure that the team moves in the right direction. In communication management, the manager needs to prepare a communication plan and make sure that there is a healthy communication both horizontally and vertically. And in risk management, various risks involved in the project should be identified, and a mitigation and contingency plan needs to be developed to ensure that the project is not derailed at any point. So each project management task, the manager should do everything to ensure that the project will be a success. Next, we will proceed with the project management process. So it is a set of activity to plan, monitor, coordinate, and review a goal. So project management process consists of, number one, of course, project planning. So it is a discipline for stating how to complete a project within a certain time frame, usually with defined stages and with designated sources. So project planning plays an essential role in helping to guide stakeholders, sponsors, and of course teams, and also the project manager through other project phases. Di ba nga, in management, it always starts with a plan. So planning is needed to identify the desired goals, to reduce risks, and also to avoid missed deadlines, and ultimately to deliver the project successfully and to deliver the agreed service, agreed products, and the and a good result for the project generally. So defining the objectives and scope, the goals and milestones or deliverables, and assigning tasks and budgetary resources for each step should be specified during the planning phase. Okay, the second project management process is project scheduling. So the project schedule is a calendar that links the tasks to be done with the resources that will complete them. So it is listing the activities, milestone within a project, and project deliverables. So a schedule also usually includes the planned start and finish date of the project, the duration of the project, the resources needed to complete the project, and assigned for each specific activity in the project. So effective project scheduling is a very critical component of a successful time management. Effective project scheduling, again, is a product of effective time management. And to keep projects on track, the project manager should set a realistic frame, assign resources appropriately, and manage quality to decrease product errors. Okay, the third one is project control. So project control process can be applied in a collaboration of each various sub-disciplines. So these are processes for gathering and analyzing project data to keep costs and schedules on track. The function of project controls include initiating, planning, monitoring, controlling, communicating, and closing out project costs and schedules. So that is project control. Part also of the project management process is to set up a project team. A project team is made up of individuals from various areas and departments within a company. So our team members usually belong to different groups when they are doing a project for the organization. They have different functions and they are assigned by the project manager to activities for the same project. So a team can also be divided to sub-teams according to the need of the team or the team members. Usually, project teams are only used for a defined period of time. So if the project is completed, usually the team is no longer needed. So there is already a team breakup. Next is to have a matrix organization in a project. A matrix organization is a team structure with members from functional areas depending on skills, required. So in a matrix structure, individuals work across teams as well as within their own department or function. For example, a project or task team established to develop a new product might include an engineer or a designer. The project must also include or might also include an accountant or a marketer or a financial personnel from the engineering department, from the procurement department. So that's why matrix organization, because the members of the team usually belongs to different group. And lastly, to appoint a project manager for the project. So a project manager is the person responsible for accomplishing the stated project objectives and based on what we have discussed earlier, so this project manager's function also encompasses these 9 major project management factors. So he or she should manage the scope, time, the human resource, the communication among the team, the procurement, etc., etc. So management activities consist of first estimation of project cost. Of course, you need to estimate your project cost. It is the process of predicting the quantity of material, the cost of materials, and the price of resources required by the project scope. So you need to estimate the project cost. How much is the cost to make the project work? Okay. B is the preparation of the development schedule. So scheduling series of tasks that need to be accomplished in a specific sequence. What is process 1, what is process 2 within a given period of time. How much time is needed to accomplish process 1, how much time is needed to accomplish process 2, and so on. After the preparation of a development schedule, we should apply the effective development process by doing the development schedule. So exercising of the development schedule, selection and sequencing of process steps to achieve common goals of the organization. After preparation, there is application. Development process consists of numerous steps starting with identifying requirements and ending with the delivery of the product. And after that is the preparation and evaluation of proposals. So project proposal evaluation is a systematic and objective assessment of a project to determine the relevance of the project's objectives, development, effectiveness, efficiency, impact, and sustainability. So we always evaluate the prepared proposal before giving it a go signal. Okay, why is project management used? Of course, it is not necessary to track or measure the progress that we achieve, that we wish to accomplish. We use project management to aid us in maximizing and optimizing our resources to carry out our goals, and it helps us to think systematically and thoroughly. There are 7 major reasons for project failure. The first one is incomplete, ambiguous, inconsistent requirements and specification. Of course, it could be a result of inadequate scope definition. That's why you always have to define the scope of the project and include all activities of the project on the project scope management. So project requirements are tasks that must be completed to ensure the success or completion of the project. So if one requirement wasn't achieved, then the completion of the project is not available. It is not complete. So there's no success if one requirement of the project is not completed. So failure to complete this requirement will result to project failure. The second common major reasons for project failure is the poor or no planning or estimation. We have discussed that a while ago. There should always be planning. You should plan everything. You should always estimate everything, your cost, your time, the manpower that will be needed. So poor planning is when the schedule that the team members are supposed to follow is not set out. If you have no schedule that you supposed to follow, then what schedule would you follow? Then that is the result of poor planning. Because of that, the members will have no clear picture of what is expected of them as they work on that particular project. So planning and estimation of cost, time, and manpower requirement is very important. The third major reasons for project failures is there is no clear assignment of authority and responsibility. So a lack of clear assignment of roles can create an ineffective working environment. Because in a project, one personnel should have this particular role, and this personnel in a team should have this particular role. If the roles are not defined, then maybe a clash is possible. So team members can often feel that they can leave a job as they are not solely responsible. Diba? Sometimes you are thinking somebody will do it, someone will do it. So some employees may end up wasting their energies understanding their roles within their teams rather than focusing on their productive tasks. And some may get involved in unnecessarily politics in the organization or in the project team. Some also may involve in fightings, in wars, politics, palakasan. Okay. The fourth major reasons for project failure is the inadequate end user involvement during development. End users should be involved during the development of the project. So the project needs to make sure that the voices of the users, be it the end users of a product or a service or the organization that is demanding the project, their voices should always be heard. Their inputs should always be heard by the team members while making the project, while making the product or the service. And because they should be a part of actively shaping and improving the product, services, or the project itself. If there is no involvement with the end users, then sometimes the project may eventually fail because you did not consult your end users. The fifth one is lack of adequate experiences, tools, and techniques. I think this is self-explanatory. Lack of tools and techniques means lack of result. So if you want a good result, then the tools, the techniques, and the experiences of the manpower should be adequate, should be complete. Okay, the sixth one is the dependencies on external sources such as vendors, subcontractors, and counting on inventions. External sources refer to sources outside of the organization or the business, like vendors, subcontractors, and the inventions of other organizations or people. You shouldn't be dependent on the external resources. Rather, you should improve the internal capabilities of the organization. So if you are very dependent on external resources, the project may fail. And the seventh one is the high staff turnover or inadequate training. Staff turnover is the act of replacing one employee by another employee in terms of termination, transfers, or resignations of employees. Of course, a high staff turnover when the employees or the team members are always changing, then the clear assignment of roles may be ambiguous, and that will make the project to fail. So inadequate trainings, on the other hand, happen when training does not meet companies' need due to poorly designed training programs, ineffective trainers, stop being unable to implement the training in the project or in the team that they are involved in, etc. So, to ensure that the project will be a success, then the staff turnover should be low and the training of the team members of the project should be adequate. For what is management and basic management functions, just refer to our discussion in the basic principles of management. Because right here, the functions only involve planning, organizing, influencing, and controlling. And we have planning, organizing, staffing, directing, controlling, and the coordination of the management functions. Okay. Thank you.